Hello, thanks for listening to this special bridge episode of the Barone Zone in between seasons 4 and 5. This is coming out on the same day as our extremely delayed season 4 finale. Today is June 1st, 2026. If this is your first tentative dip into the murky waters of this incredibly niche podcast, welcome. I'm Adam, one of the eponymous Barone boys and the show's producer. Hopefully, new listeners, you're so excited to listen to our unique blend of improv comedy and TV rewatch that you didn't even notice that there is an 11-month gap between Season 4, Episode 23, and Season 4, Episode 24. We recorded the Season 4 finale and the bridge episode you're about to hear on July 1st, 2025. And if you're a loyal listener, I'm sure you're probably wondering what took so long. Well, we kind of address the many delays that we had in Season 4 in the conversation you're about to hear, but as an independent, do-it-yourself podcast, events in our personal lives can have pretty big effects on our production schedule. In particular, in my personal life, I went through a career change and an international move, and combined with some of the technical issues that we had during the recording, Mike, it took me a while to find the time to actually edit the episode. So on behalf of myself, Mike, and Alex, I do sincerely apologize for making our regular listeners wait so long. But over the past several months, we've been hard at work, recording and editing a year's worth of new BarONUS episodes, ready to go. And as you hear this on June 1st, 2026, we are starting to record Season 5, which we will have banked and will be ready to go public on September 1st with weekly episodes. This is an exclusive public commitment I'm making right now to you listeners. I promise at least one episode will come out on September 1st, 2026. But wait, you might say, wanting to support us and listen to our show. If you guys are recording and editing all of Season 5 before you release it, could I possibly, please, sirs, pay you money to listen to the episodes as you finish them? Well, I'm so glad you asked such a specific question, because as we revamp our operations here at the Barone Zone, we've come up with a way for you to do just that and even more. Starting today, our pay-what-you-want bonus feed, the BarONUS zONUS, is no more. Instead, you can hear all 30 of our classic BarONUS episodes, plus new BarONUS episodes, every month by subscribing to our new Patreon, the BarONlyFaNS. Here is the pitch. For $3 a month, you get 30 classic BarONUS episodes that we've been doing since Season 2. That's 21 hours of content, plus a new BarONUS episode every month. What can you expect from the BarONUS episodes? It's us, it's the Barone boys, it's Mike, Adam, and Alex, watching and recapping Ray Romano's film and TV appearances outside of Everybody Loves Raymond. It's us performing Everybody Loves Raymond fan fiction with the gravitas it deserves. It's us playing Scruples, the classic game of moral dilemmas, over the course of an 11-round early 2000s pop-punk themed tournament. Admittedly, that one is kind of a hard sell, but it's also so much more. It would take so long to describe everything we do in the BarONlyFaNS. You've got to subscribe to find out. Plus, besides that, you get early access to new episodes of the Barone Zone. We are switching to this banked sitcom-style release schedule for the free feed to make sure that those episodes come out without interruption for the casual listener. But if you're serious, we're putting new Season 5 episodes on Patreon as soon as they're finished. That means you could be listening to Season 6 while the free feed is only halfway through Season 5. So if that sounds like something you're into, go to the link in the description to subscribe. And of course, the classic link that you know and love, postfund.org/donate, will redirect you to the Patreon as well. And look, if the BarONlyFaNS sounds a little too intimidating for you right now, a little too intense, a little too spicy, to honor the pay-what-you-want spirit of the original BarONUS zONUS, the 30 classic BarONUS episodes are available by themselves for only $1 a month in the BarONUS zONUS tier. So that's $3 a month for the BarONlyFaNS, $1 a month for the classic BarONUS zONUS. That was the pitch. on to the bridge episode. Again, we recorded this almost a year ago, so there was some discussion of dates and time frames for Season 5, which seemed very naive in retrospect, that I edited out. But otherwise, what you're about to hear is all of our reflections on Season 4 and our hopes for the next season. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for sticking with us. And we hope to see you over on the BarONlyFaNS. But if we don't, we'll see you back here on September 1st for Season 5. Welcome to the Barone Zone. We're here in the liminal space between seasons. It's me, Adam, and I'm here with Alex.
Hello.
Mrs. You might know him as Mrs. Doubtfire. And Mike, of course.
That's a me.
And you might know him as Mario or Luigi?
Luigi. We'll go with Luigi. I'm not a primary character.
Mike gives
You have
Luigi
big
vibes.
Luigi energy.
Yeah, I did shoot that guy last summer.
Nice.
That was last summer. Wow. How time flies. Speaking of that,
I think that was in.
I think it was around
like
Christmas time.
January or February. Yeah, it was over the
okay.
winter. It was over the winter.
Speaking of how time flies, though, can you guys believe that we have finally finished Season 4 of what was once called Everybody Loves Raymond and is now called the Barone Zone, and we have been doing this podcast for 3 years now.
That is insane.
That is amazing.
Is that right?
First of all,
Yeah, that is right. We've been doing 3 years.
Season 4, I enjoyed doing it. I didn't realize until we finished, like, wow, this is a long season. We've been doing this for a while.
This has been a long season, and we have taken quite a few breaks throughout the season.
As life has gotten in
the way. We're all experiencing some life changes, and it's difficult as independent podcasters to keep up, especially with us. We do everything, end to end. We schedule the recordings. I do all the editing, and it's a whole thing. It's a lot of work, but we did it, and I think that's worth celebrating.
Yeah, this next season's at the halfway point.
Yeah.
Good God, that's scary.
It is crazy.
So 4 more
in
years,
the reverse,
roughly.
that we have another that this is going to be in total a 7-year running podcast.
Assuming we
Possibly
don't
a
take
little
more
more.
long breaks.
Yeah.
It's I think a year per season is not an unreasonable timeline if it were planned that way. That's how a TV season is structured, like they do.
Sure,
one a
yeah,
year.
yeah.
So I don't feel like we totally dropped the ball or anything, but I think we'd like to be more consistent in season 5.
1 and 2, I think
we barreled through them.
We barreled them out, mainly because the 3 of us were in very different positions 3 years ago. It was way easier for the 3 of us to record back then.
We were unemployed. Yeah.
Well, I was not unemployed. I know you were.
Mike and I were situated way closer together.
That's true.
Yeah.
So the 2 of us could meet up IRL very easily. It's wild that, like, I just think about, like, my personal life where I was when we started this podcast. Since then, I moved, got a new job, moved again, fell in love. It's fucking crazy, man. It's been a long time.
It's been a shockingly long time. It's crazy and I know, like, for me, like, obviously my sense of time is warped by COVID. Like, it's crazy to think that it's 5 years ago.
Big time.
But even still, like, it's crazy to think how much all of our lives have changed, not because of this podcast. We should emphasize that. When Alex says he got a new job, he doesn't mean this podcast.
It was not the podcast.
This is not our job.
No.
Yeah.
The situations around the podcast have changed, and I think our approach to the podcast has changed significantly as well, in a good way.
Well, we change it up every season, as you've noticed.
I've brought this up to you guys before. This does not feel like the same podcast that we invited Steve Scroven on at the beginning of this whole thing. It's fully just not. And I think everybody listening to this now knows and understands this is primarily, before anything else, an improv comedy podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That, like, yeah, we do some discussion of Everybody Loves Raymond, but that's almost an afterthought. We get inspired by the episode more than we do make that the basis of the thing.
Yeah.
And I recognize that there is a universe in which this actually does become a respected podcast, where we have members of the cast and crew and the writers come on. Hell, in that universe, we might have actually had the actress playing Joanne, who we're recording this right after we finished the season finale, so that's just fresh on my mind.
She
I could see a reality where she is
by the way. Yeah. I just refreshed my email.
Or she would have come on and like...
There's a world where that would happen. It's just we decided, no, it's much funnier to be stupid on podcasts for an hour and a half first.
And
it's too easy to try and make each other laugh.
Yeah.
And I think we've been over this, I think, a couple times on these bridge episodes. It's just we followed what we preferred to do and what we had fun doing.
Yeah, no, we followed the passion. Yeah. We pursued the passion, to use alliteration.
Sure. You want to add any more P's on that?
Pursued the powerful passion. Persistently
pursued the powerful passion. P's are great because of plosives into the microphone. So pursued the powerful passion persistently is going to sound great
when you listen to it.
I feel like you're being mad at
me. I'm not mad at you.
No,
I'm not mad at you.
You would tell me if you're mad at me, right?
You know, I have said it on the show in character when I have an issue with how you sound. And this was not a time where I had an issue.
Okay.
I was going to say that I think what we've arrived at is a format that I really enjoy, which is
it's so much fun.
I think the way that we've grown into intentionally like transposing the plot beats of Everybody Loves Raymond episodes
is fun
into our context is both fun for us to improvise around, and it's a fun writing exercise for us to do of identifying those plot beats and then applying it to our setting and characters.
You're not scared of peas.
Say that again?
I said you're not scared of peas. You just use the word applies and plots and things like that. No, you're just.
Do you want to stop recording and go to therapy?
Do we need to throw down right now? I think this might be the last episode.
Yeah, I guess this is gonna be me and you, listener.
But this is gonna be at the top of the feed for a while, until we come back with season 5. So I think it's good that we're talking about what the show is and what it's not.
What we want to change.
And I do want to take a moment to look back at season 4. And, you know, this is not like a Real Housewives type reunion thing, except it kind of is because we're all here. This was our first completely guest list season. Season. So it is the whole cast is here, and they're back. And you're not gonna believe what Tom Sandoval did to me. You guys watch Vanderpump Rules?
No.
Okay. But you know about Scandoval.
No.
This is another thing that's like 3 years old now, by the way. Because like,
what is Scandoval? What happened with Tom Sandoval?
Let's refocus. Basically, Scandoval is Tom Sandoval was a cast member. A cast member on Vanderpump Rules. He was with his girlfriend for like 9 years, and then he cheated on her with her best friend, and it came out during the filming of the show, and it caused a huge rift in the Vanderpump Rules universe.
That is insane, and it sounds like something that would boost the popularity of a show.
Yeah, so I'm saying we should have kind of our own Scandoval, but
Yeah.
Let's talk about this season.
Yes. So I think we should look back. Should take a moment to look back at season 4, and it has been spread out, so it might be difficult to recall everything. But I would love to hear your guys' highlights, your favorite moments, favorite episodes from season 4, just to pat ourselves on the back a little.
I mean, in a general
let's frame it this way. If somebody is listening to this at the top of the feed, what episodes from this season would you suggest they start with?
Let me pause so I can pull up the episode list real quick.
In a general, reflection, as you said, Adam, it is our first season without guests, because we really kind of took this in the direction of improv for the three of us, and it really turned into that. So I felt like I got the chance to play way more characters than normal.
Mm-hmm.
Even season 3, which was very performance heavy, I think this one I got way more chances to kind of stretch my muscles a little bit.
Yeah.
And now that I have stalled enough, I have the episode list up. Okay, I think my personal favorite new characters are the lore keepers.
Oh, I'm glad. Heavily featured in the last couple of episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they're all over the place. Yeah.
I think they fit very nicely into the absurdly bizarre world we have created.
Yeah.
Because the idea that there are characters who exist solely to try and understand our lore fits very well.
Yeah, I think so too. We stumbled on that kind of in the Geek Show, what I think of as the Geek Show episode.
I mean, yeah, that was
420.
Nice.
And I just like that idea of, specifically, they're checking off different pieces of biographical information about Mike specifically, and they can't figure out his birth year, which has been something that we have not exactly landed on since season 3, when I first mentioned that Mike went to Sarah Lawrence in the 80s.
It keeps it keeps going back farther and farther. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I'm sorry. I was just looking at the list. We really started season 4
a long time ago,
14 months ago.
Yeah.
No way. Is it really?
May 9th was our first drop.
Wow, that's crazy.
And this is probably not going to come out for another month too. So really
15 months.
Yeah, 15 months.
I also will say I loved, so the one that comes to mind from me from the season, the two of them are, first of all, the Nick Bronson episode.
Yeah.
I thought was just such, because the thing is, we sometimes in this podcast fall victim to what some would allege as a cardinal sin of improv, which is making it too complicated. We make it so complicated so much, but the Nick Bronson episode, I don't know, I think that it's so funny just to get as complicated as fucking possible. But at the same time, I loved the Nick Bronson episode because of how simple a concept it was and how
remind me
stupid
what
it was.
The Nick Bronson episode is.
The Nick Bronson episode 1 was, I was convinced that I was getting A's on my paper because Nick Bronson was sleeping with my professor. And only for that reason, that it's because Nick Bronson is sleeping with the professor that he benefits me specifically. And you guys were like, this does not make any sense.
Yeah,
and
Alex yelling at you that this doesn't make sense is one of my favorite moments of this.
Yeah.
I think that's our stronger one too. And I will also add to the idea of this season, our behind the scenes plan was to do a more episodic structure.
Yeah.
As to not overcomplicate things. And
we just wrapped up a Back to the Future parody that is basically a beat for beat Back to the Future episode.
So I say, for season 5, how about we try that, but for real?
True episodic.
I think that the utter we just recorded the episode. We had a breakdown, crying, laughing over how complicated the time travel that we've established in
and how it did not make sense.
In this episode
Doesn't make any sense. No.
Exactly.
Yes. In that episode, you can hear, and Adam, please don't edit this out. You can literally hear the moment where all three of us at the same time realize that there is a gigantic hole in this plot in this parody.
Which,
because Mike, oh my god, it's so funny.
You know, the structure for this was a lot more structured, believe it or not, than we usually do. This had an 11-part outline.
Big time.
And, you know, we made an effort to connect things and make things like make sense within the lore we've established. But the moment that we all realized it doesn't make sense for Mike to start disappearing was so funny.
I think it's funny because you like wrote, edited, and then sent that to us like a week ago, and we all looked at it and said,
"That's fine.
Looks good."
Yeah, we read it over. And in the moment when I'm just going through it, I'm just like, "Wait, this doesn't make any sense."
But it all worked out.
No, it was great. It was great. Yeah. So anyway, the episode, just because I wanna make sure we reference it. Sweat is a Sin was the Nick Bronson episode.
Yeah.
420 was the one that Alex is referencing. The Lore Keepers. And I'm trying to think of some other really
I loved like the start of this whole semen arc. That
Operation
first episode at
Overload
Bank made me that's I think was my favorite to record. I had a lot of fun recording that one.
Oh no, that was an awesome episode. I think I've expressed this to you guys independently. That's one of our strongest episodes that you absolutely cannot start with if this is your first experience with the podcast, because we do get gross.
I think in the first 3 minutes we established that you're in a sperm bank, and the sperm bank has a Byzantine triptych of its founder basting sperm tongues, like the Eucharist, and then just the pistachios of it all. I really enjoyed that one for sure.
Oh wait, we did not have a guestless episode. Wasn't this the season where I died briefly?
That was last season.
No, that was season 3.
That was last season. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
that's where this whole Satan arc began.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved the Michael B. Jordan funeral was this season though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you played Kevorkian and then married Kevorkian. Yes.
Yes, and then divorced Kevorkian by the start of the next episode.
I can make it happen for you. Yeah, he leaves you for Alan Dershowitz.
He does.
I often wonder, and I made one in the finale that I might cut just because of timing, but I often wonder if our references are helping or hindering us in reaching an audience. I mean, the Blessed Union of Souls reference that I made, which is they're a one-hit wonder from the late 90s. They had a song called She Likes Me for Me, which is why I said that when you said that, but might cut that.
Another episode that I loved, and I forgot about this one, considering we recorded it almost a year ago, is Whale, Whale, Whale.
Oh,
season
yes.
4, episode 9.
What was the gist of that one?
I think it was I got to be the nerdy smart kid in class who always criticized everything. And it got to the point where these were the characters that got sent to the moon and found the Barone zone.
Were we supposed to call that back?
No, I was teeing that up for the finale.
The grand finale.
The grand finale.
I can't remember if you said he'll return in the season 4 finale or
I don't recall.
Whatever.
But it's too late now.
Too late now.
But guess not. Yeah.
I think for me that was my favorite character I played, and my goal, just to share my insight with the audience,
your actor's
and also
secret.
You two.
Yes.
My actor's secret. The plan I go in is to surprise you guys so beyond anything you're expecting, and also to just make you laugh in general. And I think I did a great job with this character. And I've started to notice that Mike, I understand enough that I can make him laugh if I need to. I think I figured out what gets Adam, which is me just yelling loudly and repeating whatever it is over and over again. And eventually he breaks.
I do like
it's like brute force comedy.
I do like when you are intentionally like stonewalling me. Like I think about Kingfish as like the prime example of this, of not answer, because my inclination is to ask follow-up questions, and just completely stonewalling me from doing that is very funny to me.
Yeah. Good times.
Good times. Yeah. One that I liked was W Does Slick Willy. This is perhaps not to the bar is low in terms of like what the best thing I've ever come up with is, but I do think the concept of a variety show where each of the presidents plays the former president who came before them is actually the best idea I've ever had.
That is a phenomenal. I forgot that we did that. Was that the drag brunch?
No, that was Cousin Gerard. You're thinking of how at the drag brunch we did. There was a drag queen named Abraham Lincoln who did a song that ended with them getting shot in the head. It was like an assassination.
That's right. Yeah.
That episode, the drag brunch episode, which was called Locks Her Up. No, that was this episode.
Wow.
Sees this year.
That was a good one as well. That had
We've had some bangers.
Yeah, we've had some good... Okay, but back to my original question. If you wanted to recommend to somebody the best episode to start with from this season, if you had to pick one episode from this season that somebody who's never heard any of the other stuff should listen to, which one would you pick?
I think the episode Mike was talking about,
the Nick Bronson one?
Yeah, the Nick Bronson episode, I think, is a great one because it's simple and you don't need a lot of outside information.
Yeah.
I like, of course, I'm going to say the Whale episode is a good one.
Whale was fun. The Drag Brunch episode was great too. I don't know if I remember enough about W Does Slick Willy, but I also don't know if that's... There are very few episodes that I think we've had a pretty solid season all around, especially as I'm looking at this.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's a lot of misses. I don't think that we have many.
Yeah,
I don't think
there are a
so.
few that I prefer. I also want to say my favorite bit, my favorite structural change of this season, and something I highly hope we carry over into the next season in a different format, because our format's going to change. We're not at college anymore. Is the good morning announcements at the beginning of each episode?
Yeah,
because it gives the listener a foundational thing. So no matter what episode you pick, you have a kind of a semblance of an understanding of what's going on. You understand kind of what's happening, that you get the episode, you get the description, and my favorite part, you get a chance to really knock everyone dead with a really stupid, funny joke right in the beginning.
Yeah, you've had some great ones.
And there are quite a few that stick out with me.
What's your favorite one?
What's your favorite one?
I really liked... I think the one I was the most proudest of me doing was the one about the Atheist Math League.
Remind me of this.
I wrote it down because I had to, because while we were talking, I had to figure out how to word it. Mm-hmm. But it was the Atheist Math League has permanently disbanded after a debate about exponents ended on polarizing views on the existence of higher powers.
Yeah, that's a clever joke. That joke is almost too smart for this podcast.
That's very intellectual.
That one was a little too much. I also like the one about sticking a quarter in a stripper's butthole.
Yeah,
that I made.
Yeah,
exactly. We contain multitudes here at the Barone Zone.
Yes.
Yes, you've had some great ones of those, Alex. I don't know if I would rank. The one that I did for... It might have been for Prodigal Son. I don't know. I did one where, like, Mass was being moved to, like, an overflow area because there was a wrestling match. Do you remember this? Or, like, a wrestling match between a nun and, like, a bishop or something?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
Something like that. That rings a bell. Yeah.
This season, I feel like when I'm like down, I feel like I could click any one of these play buttons and just listen to the first minute and get a good laugh.
Yeah.
And that makes me happy.
Yeah.
And obviously, next season, for anyone who knows our podcast and has been following us for the long haul, we are not going to be in college next year. We're going to have a different setting,
Yeah.
as we do every year. We have decided we are going to keep it to ourselves.
It's a surprise.
Until,
but if you guess correctly, we'll send you some merch.
I will say,
No, we won't.
I will
Give
say,
you a free BarONUS subscription.
I will say in the finale, and I think also in the lead up to the finale, we have dropped some very, very subtle hints.
Yeah, very subtle seeds about what it's going to be. But we have an idea of
if
what
you
it's gonna
actually care and want to try and figure it out, you can go back and listen to those 2 episodes and keep an eye out for anything that one of us say that is not funny and doesn't seem to lead into anything.
Alex, that's the whole podcast.
Shut up.
be. Yeah, maybe that's a big basket to keep everything in.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll say my intro point that I would tell people for this season. I mean, I really think just pure level setting, Operation Overload is probably the best, is the litmus test for are you going to like this podcast or not?
God,
that was when we were in the sperm bank, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I forgot that's the sperm bank episode.
We had a little while where we just did a lot with sperm, which maybe we should talk to our therapists about.
I mean, it's something that exists, and
yeah. I mean,
sure.
Look, we did our refresh for a reason. We're going in and we're gonna establish some new lore, I'm sure, that is just as complicated, even though we're gonna try not to.
You can try not to do that. I think
Adam's gonna.
This is where Adam lives. Adam lives in the complicated universe.
I like a grand design.
Okay. I really, really love the art that we had this season, but as is tradition, we will update the art.
We're not going to change the name this year, though.
No, but we have found an art style that I really, really like. These bright poppin' colors and the idea of Raymond crying has been a staple since season 3. That will continue.
Which is a great visual representation of what we're doing to our source material.
Yeah,
completely.
So that will stay the same.
Yeah. I love your art for this show, and the pop art kind of psychedelic look is very cool, and
yes, and I think we should keep that,
and definitely
we're getting a visual language here.
I believe the prompt I gave you for season 3 was I wanted it to look like Raymond was weeping in the face of God or something like that. And I think you really delivered on that. And so I'm glad you like the weeping.
And we've continued to move in a good direction since then.
We also have a plan. This is something to look forward to.
We're going to get Mike a new microphone next year.
In season 5, we are going to work with Mike and get him up to snuff.
Get him actual good audio equipment.
And he's going to sound... You are all going to be so amazed by how Mike sounds. He's going to sound... It doesn't come over on the microphone that he's using now, which I believe is just a tin can with string, right?
Yeah, but I replaced the string.
With...
wire.
And so it works. But he sounds like Idris Elba.
Yeah, it really, it pitches him up in post.
So great. I think we had a great season, and it
was awesome.
Season 5 is looking promising, and we're excited for it. And until then, I think I'd like us to rate our performance on our patented barometer. It's our classic scale from 1 to 10 on which we rate Ray's performance. However, how would you rate our performance in season 4 on the barometer this year? And use the same
first.
metrics. Like, if you were evaluating us collectively as if we 3 men and a babied, how would we be as a father? If we were like the, I guess not sister wives, but brother husbands of one woman, how would we perform as a husband? If the 3 of us had a brother that we shared.
Very aptly put.
Let me jump in here before we go in. If we 3 man and a baby, it would actually look very similar to the podcast. Meaning, Adam would do all the work to raise the kid, bring them up with value, make sure they survive, and Alex and I would be the fun uncles coming in and showing them, all sorts of fun games and porn and stuff like that. And then that would be our dynamic.
I think we did a good job this season.
So. No,
I personally, I think season 3 was better because it was way more Alex focused. This was a real Mike heavy season.
This was a Mike heavy
which definitely
season.
brought it down for me.
Fair.
We'll see how the Adam centric season goes next.
I don't think
year.
I don't think so. I think Mike is unfortunately the protagonist of the Barone Zone. I don't think we're the ensemble that we think we are.
It fully came from you guys just making fun of me so much that I got characteristics. You
became sympathetic.
Yeah.
I even in season 3, it was like Mike's the layman, the underdog you root for, the everyday character you follow, and then
the
Adam
tragic
and I
figure
are the whimsical ones who pull him away. I think we found a good groove this season. I liked the nice, healthy mix of episodic and overarching story that I think we kind of started to establish in season 3, and I think we're going in a good direction. I was interested that we went back to the format of like splitting the improv and the episode discussion, because I do think that was the weaker part of season 3. I think overall, though, I think this was a good 7.3 out of 10 for us this season.
Yes. Halfway through Alex talking, Mike put on a pair of sunglasses. Has just been staring stone-faced at us.
Yeah, it was great.
So I was listening
I just had
to
them
you.
in my hand.
Yeah, and they're like polarized.
They reflect.
They look like, I don't know, like you look like you will look when you eventually retire to Florida. Like I could see you with gray hair and those sunglasses and those headphones that you're wearing.
Yeah, no, they're big. They're big and boofy. These headphones look like they should be attached to a Walkman. Yeah,
they're big and boofy. Mike, what would you give us on the barometer?
Solid 10 out of 10.
All right.
No, I think if I'm being honest, I think a 9 out of 10. This is a great season. Room for improvement, as always, and we're always working for you guys. But no,
when I look, sunglasses.
No, you can't make me. But no, especially as I look back at the episode list, I think we just had full bangers. Why is this what's setting you off?
It's the change in your energy from when you were just listening to now when you're talking about how well the season went.
Fine, fair enough. Yeah.
Okay. So 9 out of 10 for you?
I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I think a room for improvement, an area for growth for us is the second half of the Everybody Loves Raymond discussion. I think we don't need to go that in depth, and I don't know, maybe there is a version, in case there are still some people who are sticking around for the Everybody Loves Raymond discussion, there may come a time where we just don't do that part. Like, I could see a version where we don't do that at all, and I would be fine with that. But I think there is a balance to it that we haven't quite struck yet.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That I hope we can find in season 5. So I would give us like a solid 8. I've been really happy with all of our improv. Everything that we've said is funny and makes sense. And I think I've been able to do some things with the sound effects that I have found to enhance the episode in a funny way. And that is not to credit myself for the sound effects.
You
but
can fully credit yourself.
No, I don't. I mean, I did not record these sound effects myself. I'm not a Foley artist. So I would give us what did I say before? 8? I'd give us an 8. Yeah.
Okay.
So what is that? What's the average, Mike?
Oh, you gotta make me do math on this? Get the fuck out of here.
I'm surprised you don't just have like a a calculator there at the ready with your hand on it all the way through the recording.
That gives us an 8.1 for this season.
Okay.
So I think that's fair.
Call to action. If you want to go into the Spotify comments or email us at raymond@postfund.org with your rating for the season. Don't do the iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Don't do the star rating and reviews.
No,
just send it to us directly.
That's engagement. No, put the review on the damn thing. No, what are you doing?
If you listen to this and you haven't gone in to counteract the negative reviews that we get from Everybody Loves Raymond boomers.
Why are you being negative? Go ahead and just tell them to put their comments in.
We would love it if you rated and reviewed this podcast, particularly on Apple Podcasts, where our average is not ideal.
Okay, you keep
couching it,
bagging on ourselves. Yeah, you keep going and are like, we have a bad podcast.
We don't have a bad podcast. We have bad marketing.
We have a phenomenal podcast.
Call to action. Let us know your barometer rating for this season by rating and reviewing our podcast on the podcast platform that you're listening to this on. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, weird ones that nobody pays attention to.
Podbean.
Why do you even know about Podbean?
Because of the Weekly Undertaking.
Not
was
even
that on
I knew it
Podbean
before
for a
then
while?
too. Yeah, I knew then too. Yeah. I knew it because there was a while where I couldn't get the old episodes of Critical Role on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, so I had to do Podbean.
Yeah. If you listen to this on Podbean, I don't even know if it has a rate and review functionality, but
I
if
think
it does, okay, if it does, rate us on Podbean. Podbean, we will switch to Podbean if you sponsor us.
Podbean will become an exclusive.
We'll become a Podbean original.
Podbean original.
Yeah, the Barone Zone, a Podbean original. Check us out. If you listen to us on Overcast or Pocket Casts or Podcast Republic or iHeart or
Adam, just wrap it up, man.
Okay. But wherever you listen to us.
How many podcast services can you name?
More than that. Deezer. If you listen to us anywhere, then let us know how you feel about the show. You can leave a comment on Spotify. You can send us an email at raymond@postfund.org. And, of course, check out the BarONUS zONUS. Please engage with us. And if you don't, we'll see you back here. Until then, I think there is only one last thing to say, which is our classic sign-off. Everybody
loves
Raymond.
And we love you.